born idiot. And you know what they say about opinions, right?
Well, I don't give a damn. They like,
don't you even start your stuff.
Girl, come on. I don't give a damn. I'm ready.
You always ready. You stay ready because you ain't got to get ready.
You already know. Because it's about what? To each his own. Well, hi guys. Welcome to another episode of Toeachhisownpodcast. Podcast. I am one of your lovely hosts, Miss Lomax. And I have...
Thank you.
As you guys can see, we have three handsome gentlemen joining us today. The Juicebox, 3 of 4 of the Juicebox Podcast. Hello, guys. Could you guys individually unmute yourselves and introduce yourselves one by one?
I'll start first. I'm Jim, aka Jukes, and I'm one of the 4 people of this podcast. Obviously, Trent's not gonna make it, so I just want to call him out because he deserves to get called out. And I'm just thankful to be here with you ladies. I mean, I don't have any alcohol, but I tell you what, I wish I had some of that Russian vodka that everybody's pouring down the drains right now.
You know what? I bang with Russians, but the vodka, not no more.
I'm just saying, all these knuckleheads pour all this vodka down the drain and down all these sewers for absolutely no reason, knowing damn well they bought it, and they just want some likes and shares and comments on social media. I digress.
Well, it reminds me of the Boston Tea Party, just with social media. Just saying. So who do we have next, guys? Gentlemen, that was Jim, aka Juice. Mike, what's up?
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Mike. Juice and I all went to high school together. And what's going on with me? I'm painting right now. I don't know if you can see my hands are covered because I'm in the last phases of this renovation, I hope. I know I've been saying that for 6-8 months, but I'm pretty sure we're almost done. So
congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's we did everything. We done knocked out walls, we put up new walls, we put in a shower, new floors, the whole thing. Look, the economy ever take a downturn, I'm gonna be right out in front of Home Depot after all these skills.
Period.
Listen,
I got it. Like,
you're gonna get you a job. I'm just saying. Everybody know about that Home Depot run.
This is its own culture out there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Shout out to them.
Absolutely. And last but not least,
Josh.
Howdy.
How you doing?
This is a howdy for me.
Howdy. I'm Josh. I am the newest member of the Juicebox Podcast. I'm also the oldest one. And I would also say I'm probably the whitest one. So there's that too. Even though I feel like there's times when like Mike comes up with like hard kombucha and I'm like, I don't know, this is kind of in question a little bit.
It's kind of like that's the move in 2021. I'm bringing it in 2022. Hard kombucha. Oh, what's up next?
Hard kombucha.
Yeah, hard kombucha. Apparently, I'm not gonna spend money on it. Regular kombucha is expensive as hell. Why am I gonna try to pay for the alcohol version? Like that's even worse. It's the price for me.
I'll say like there's a couple of good booch, I think is what they're calling them. I like the Mike Super Brew that they have in Philly.
Never had it.
Booch? That's what they're naming it now?
I think that's what they're calling it. It's like boozy kombucha.
Sounds like a Cali thing. Keep that
definitely sounds like some West Coast shit.
Keep that over there.
Definitely giving West Coast vibes.
Once a quarter, I'll say it's worth the $14 for a 6-pack. Maybe once a quarter.
Well, all right.
Never that.
No, my stomach is saying hell no.
Right.
Why bother with that when we can have a good old fashioned Miller Lite, guys?
Well, good old fashioned bourbon whiskey. Okay.
I'll take that.
Cheers.
Yes.
Well, cheers, everyone.
Yes, miss. Cheers.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that water just goes down so smooth.
Ooh.
90. Fresh 96 calories.
Mm-hmm. How many calories this is?
Two net carbs.
I don't know, but let's say 40% alcohol.
All that matters.
Mm-hmm.
8 years today.
You know what? That's funny. So we gonna jump right into it. Chat, what's been going on? We got the fellas on. We've been trying to get these fellas on for a minute. So we just wanna get it all, put it all out there, okay? Since we putting it out there, we've been trying to get you guys on for a minute. Thank God we got at least 3 or 4 of you guys. I think that was a good join to get 3 out of 4 of you guys.
Clap it up.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, man,
I'm happy.
we would have had a 4th. The 4th was excited to get on, but I'll tell you right now, I think he's sleeping right now.
I don't blame him. I was tired as hell today too.
Right.
Listen, it's been one of those weeks. Like, I think it's something, this air just going over all the areas. There's something in the air. I don't know.
You know what I think it is?
What?
I truly think this is that time of the year where people go kind of fed up in the north, at least on the East Coast, with the winter, and they know that springtime is so close, but they just don't know. They we're getting. I don't know. I mean, in Maryland, which is very close to Philly, the bipolar weather all throughout the last week or two. So I just think it's that. I think that's what's in the air right now. Everyone's just like, oh, ready for it to be nice out. Some of these mandates are being lifted right now. So people just want to go out and enjoy themselves.
We also, oh my goodness.
Whoa!
Oh my God!
Did King just fucking touch his ass in the chat?
Whoa!
Remember? You said touch, so I had to hit it.
Whoa!
Wait a minute. Do we have all 4? I mean, do we have all 4 members of the Juicebox Podcast in the building?
Honestly, he's earlier than I expected.
Yeah, he's earlier. Yeah. He's only 37.
You know what? What's the non-accreditation given for me? He's earlier than I expected.
Most excited one. No.
He made it.
Trent, you know it's only an hour show, right? I mean,
he's about to pop up.
We try to keep it an hour. So right.
Can you produce?
Can he hear us? We can't hear him.
The Jeopardy music while we wait for him.
He's about to pop on here, brushing his beard.
I can take.
Don't do that. Don't do that. The beard has to be groomed. Men with beards know they have to be groomed before they come on, before they shine. Step into the light.
He's stepping all the way into.
Of course, darling. Of course.
Besides this whole Putin shit, what else is going on?
I think that's been the most important thing that's been just kind of running social media and the news into the ground. I mean, between the average death reports that are coming on, the bipolar weather, all we've been seeing is Russia, Ukraine, blacks, not being able to get out of Ukraine. What is that about?
I'm just trying to figure out how the fuck we still can't fucking get or go nowhere in the middle of a whole war that we ain't even can we just go where the fuck we supposed to go?
I just feel like America need to mind their business.
That too.
Am I wrong for that?
I just learned that there are black people in Ukraine the other day, so that was pretty impressive enough for me. I just assumed it's a bunch of white dudes.
Yeah, for the most part, I used to too.
I ain't gonna lie, me too.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the Klitschko brother is the mayor of Kiev right now.
Yeah, I'm not too, but you got to think like
he's like a
Pacquiao-
prize fighting
Pacquiao also has a
boxer,
position.
like big time. Like he was like champion, had like
Yeah.
mad knockouts. Him and his brother, these like twin, like huge motherfucking Russian
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
6'8",
Oh,
like
okay.
6'7" boxers.
Like-
Like
It's who you would have seen Muhammad Ali fight, you know, in like in his movie or something. Like they're just prototypical fighting machines. And yeah, one of them's, you know, the mayor of the capital, and he's
So
staying
you
there
see some
fighting.
rumble.
You're just basically telling me they're Eastern Europeans because that's pretty much all Eastern Europeans. Big fighting
much.
machines.
yeah.
Mm.
It's not, I wouldn't say it's much of a shock though for him to get that position. I'm not saying that he's not credible of getting that position. I'm just saying that in general, like
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger did it.
I was gonna say, Pacquiao did it for his country as well. Like
Mhm.
it's not saying that they're not credible for this position, but they have a
We
lot.
just don't know them for that shit.
Yeah, we just exactly.
We just don't know them for that shit.
I'll be honest. It's you know, we definitely should stay out of this as Americans, but to give it an opinion about it, I mean, I feel so bad for Ukraine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome seeing like Young Thug and some of his rappers that are under him and his label that were trying to contribute to some of the people out in Ukraine and help in some kind of way. Although I don't know. I think this is something that we shouldn't touch. I think, you know, definitely give our sympathy, but in terms of like trying to give a hand and go to war, I don't know about that. I don't know.
Hope
All
you're
right,
not,
cool.
hope
Got
you're
it.
not talking about what I think y'all about to talk about.
What you think we about to talk about?
We about to talk about.
It's not a
What's
turtle
that?
station, right?
You said what?
Never mind. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I didn't hear you.
my
No,
God.
no, I didn't hear you clearly. Repeat
Oh, no.
yourself, please.
We was talking about V-necks and crew neck
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
station. I hope y'all wasn't talking about turtlenecks.
Oh no, not those kind. Mm-mm.
Yeah, not those kind. But while we're into it, while we jumping back in, guys, we're just going to quickly reintroduce ourselves. We actually have all 4 members of the Juicebox Podcast. I'm too fucking excited. Yes. We got Jim, Mike, Trey, and Josh. Go ahead, Joe. The Juicebox Podcast. It is to each his own podcast featuring these guys, and we just going to jump right into it. So y'all heard us talking about turtlenecks and crew necks and slim fits and shit.
Well, bit ladies. Thanks for having me on. You mind if I take 20 seconds out just to introduce the gang?
Oh, come on, 20 seconds.
All right, well, of course. Shout out to y'all for having this amazing podcast and inviting us on. At one point I was the 3rd member of the Juicebox Podcast, but within the last 6 months, we invited our homie Josh Day. So now it's 4 members of the team, and I would like to speak for all of us. Thank you. Thanks for having us on, and
And thank you for joining us with my turtleneck on.
I can't wait for the shenanigans.
Well, first of all, I mean, if I was 40 minutes late too, I would introduce all 4 of us as well.
He's been drinking. I'll let it slide.
It's the 40-minute tardy. Don't be tardy for the party, okay?
Help me. All the comments. Where's Trent? So I mean, guys, you're welcome. Regardless.
Well, it's normally a woman's trait to be fashionably late.
Well, he's a woman, so it's okay.
That's me on the show.
You know what?
He said, well, that's me on the show.
We got it. So speaking of you, who would you guys, so we're going to jump right into the first topic. So the first topic is not so metro. So before we jump right into it, Chat, give it a little bit about what exactly we mean with this topic we're giving not so metro.
So we named it Not So Metro because there's things that some guys do and some guys don't do as far as like how they dress, mannerisms, etiquette, how they carry themselves, things like that. And they say that, oh, that's like sexual thing, but I feel like it's nothing wrong with getting a manicure, keeping your nails clean.
Mhm.
What are some things that you feel like
Draw the line.
you would like to see other men do more of, as far as like those kinds of things?
Well,
Right. Or one of the things that draw the line between, I guess, being uber masculine versus maybe you touching that gray area.
For the guys out there, it's more so of like, what do you think is like some things that you think that are too feminine?
Yes.
Opposed to things where it's just like, oh no, I can't do that because I'm a man.
Right.
So
like,
it's like,
did you guys get a manicure?
absolutely.
I would do it. I would do it, yeah.
There's
That's
listen,
right.
I would
First of
do
all,
it, but I'm
any
waiting about people
man-
touching my feet.
You said you don't want guys touching your feet?
I don't like anybody touching my feet.
I don't either, but only the pedicurist.
Nah.
'Cause I like to see my toes rubbed on by somebody who knows what they're doing.
So to me, it goes into a lot of things where just like, so to me, just as a guy, I always like, I wear socks 24/7. 24/7. Sometimes I might go in the bed with my girl sockless if all my socks are dirty and I know I'm about to wash some. But I'm not usually like going to bed with socks just because I know they just might not be up to par. But it's like, I know a lot of people where they just go without it. Toes could be hit, toes could be like scruffy. You can like not cut your toenails in the last 5 months. They can be
nasty,
ragged, and they still just like, fuck it. I'll see plenty of dudes like they'll come to the store and it's like flip-flops, no socks, feet are terrible. And you're just gonna go right back in the house with it. But to me, like, that's why I wear it. Just on some like conscious shit. It's like, I know my feet ain't the worst, but it's just like, I'm not just presenting them to the world.
right? I feel like guys should keep their feet together, like you said, even if it's just for themselves and their women. Like, I don't want your claws scratching me up in the middle of the night. Like, if you can rub on soft feet and you don't have those scruffy calluses and I don't have that, you give me the right to earn that as well.
But sometimes though, it's a mutual thing as well.
Oh yeah, some chicks do be having hard feet.
Yes, they do. We got a couple of Myra's feet out there.
They're just a happy
You know, you got to go to work on Myra's feet.
and it's just a happy couple where it's just like, fuck it, we just out here barefoot.
Not the happy fucked up foot couple.
We just out here. A dude will put his shoes in some flip flops. They'll be jagged. A chick will just be walking around like, not even, because every woman doesn't need a pedicure for her feet to be nice. But there's
That's true. I'm one of them.
the ones that are still, they might be jagged. It might be ragged. And
It's just jagged.
It's dudes like that too. They just grew up where it's just like, oh well, I can just wear bare feet, and nobody ever told them that they were ugly. It's same chicks, and it's like they'll just like live like that.
So let me ask you this. I'm because I know we kind of, you know, we all kind of solidify here that manicures and pedicures are definitely okay. It's not nothing that's iffy or that's crossing the line. But one thing that as a woman I feel like may cross the line, and I want to get you guys' opinion on it. How do you guys feel about man bags?
Like,
It's not a purse, it's a satchel.
Like we talking like a satchel, like Indiana Jones, like satchel.
Oh,
It's not it's not a purse, it's a satchel. Yes.
I haven't seen a straight man in real life carry one.
That's my take on it.
I definitely have.
Have you?
It's a real thing.
Oh yeah.
There's completely different versions. So
yes.
What was it? Not even last summer, but the summer before. It wasn't the fanny pack, it was a manny pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, just like the messenger bags.
I was gonna say that, the messenger bags, because my dad carries those. Like
my dad carries those as well.
It'll be one shoulder, you got the, I mean, dangling off.
Yeah, my dad carries messenger bags specifically.
Yeah.
But nah, like to me, if it's like you know, if it's cute, then it's like, all right, my man, you should be
Right.
weird. But if it's like,
Cute is questionable.
if it's like all purpose, because that's the thing, chicks, I feel like y'all hog that space where it's like, y'all are, we can't wear cargo shorts. So it's like, we can only carry shit that's in our pockets. What about my brush? What about my wallet? What about my do-rag? What about my just receipts?
Your bliss bag.
It's chicks.
Yeah, it is a little difficult. Yeah.
They have nothing of purpose in it. But dudes, we have to have, what about our house keys and car keys? We have to have all these things in our pockets. But we can't have a bag for it. And if we do, it's feminine.
I never thought about it like that. That's not fair.
To me,
it's we got away with like the mini backpacks for a little while. Like I seen those trend a little bit. Not mini ones, but like what you call it?
I don't drive with the mini ones.
Not the mini
man.
ones.
I need a big. I need a big backpack. I'm a big man.
But like not like the elementary school versions where you have like 17 zippers. It's like the straight up black like Nike, one big pocket and one small pocket.
That's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
At all times.
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
At all times.
I'm just like KD. Yeah. I just bring a book bag everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
I used to be that guy, but then it was like, I can do something way smaller than this. Because it like, like, just going to a restaurant, just going to the bar, just going to, you don't want to be that one guy with the fucking JanSport. You want to
fucking JanSport.
Have with it. A little like smaller just to fit the belongings. And that's the thing. Like I have no problem, but of course dudes can't prosper out here. It always has to be something behind it.
My book bag is Jordan, so it's fly as hell. I can get away with it.
You can't though.
Yeah, I feel like it's only certain brands maybe that straight guys can get away with.
Doesn't matter. I'm telling you.
Why? But why is it like that, y'all?
Why? That's what I'm saying. Like it's really not fair. I never thought about it like that. It's really not fair.
Because masculinity is toxic.
Oh well, no, I know exactly what Josh is talking about because that's what I was saying. Like I was that guy, but just showing up to happy hour, you're just the one guy with the book bag. Or just imagine if like y'all go to a place where it's like they don't allow book bags and say you didn't drive, or if you did, my fault, y'all got to run to the car real quick. Let me drop my book bag. It's another thing where it's just like.
Well, I do feel like this is also one of those topics where it's just that in the realm of fashion, this is just the level where we have women have one up on men. Because when you think about like in terms of sexuality, men can be more fluid than women without being judged. So I just feel like in the area of fashion, this is just one of those areas where women can be more fluid without being judged.
Fashion,
so it's a trade-off.
Yeah.
Women in fashion, that to me, that's a separate conversation. Y'all get away with murder. Y'all get away.
Yeah.
Y'all get away with murder. Y'all can y'all can always pull a nice $50 tops outfit easily, and we won't know where it's from, and it doesn't because it fit the curves. Y'all look good, the body, and it's like that's
why I said this is the trade-off. This is just that area where we have one up, because again, in sexuality, you guys can, the more women you fuck, the more praise you get. The more men we fuck, the more our value goes down.
I know it seems like I might be talking over like the homies in this thing, but it's not even that though, because a woman doesn't even have to know if a guy is out there having sex with a bunch of women for their stock. Women say that shit as if it's a compliment. Women won't just come up to a guy and say that they're handsome or whatever. It'll be, I bet you get a lot of women, don't you?
Oh, no, that's not true. I went up to a guy and told him that he was saying that's not true.
I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them.
But the average one, I can agree with you on that.
Women literally think like that's telling a guy like, hey, I'm interested.
But guys do the same thing. Instead of giving compliments, y'all do like the shade compliments, like, oh, hey, big like like the stupid stuff. Like guys do the same thing. I feel like we're even in that area.
I think when it comes down to it, I think a lot. I still think to this day, no matter how confident men feel, they still have ways of actually expressing how they feel. They may not use the real words they want to use, but they'll use slang just to kind of make you understand where they're coming from, or they're not going to come out and fully say it.
You don't want to come off too strong.
Yeah, it might come off a bit too abrasive, and they're going to look at it where they're going to be like, whoa, like like men will look at it and be like, oh, I might be coming off too hard, and now I'm not going to be able to progress this next step, whether it's conversating or to the bed, wherever.
The only time it'll come off right is if that woman is attracted to you, because it's like,
oh yeah,
it's usually like the guy who clearly have no shot that goes straight at it. Hey, good looking. Hey, cutie. But the eyes are, where's your boyfriend at? You at the bar like, oh, let me get you a shot before your boyfriend comes back. Oh, like it'll be like things like that. It's never just like an intentional type thing, just because women say it all the time. The male ego is very fragile.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Side note, for those in like long-term relationships, and you know, I'm married, Mike's married, you know, people know this when they're married. I think you should always make time to still like flirt with your significant other.
I hear that a lot.
To do that, I make
cool.
it a point to do that a lot. Like for instance, the other night we're sitting upstairs watching a movie. We live with my in-laws, and she's just doing something in the kitchen. I'm sitting next to her dad. I'm like, yo, do you think I got a chance with that chick over there? And I point in her direction, and he's like, nah, I think she's married. I said, I'm gonna go talk. You go talk to her for me. Always doing stuff like that. Always just having fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It can even be that minimal, but then sometimes turn that shit up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just like women, not to keep doing the separation type thing, but y'all know it doesn't have to be a cute chick to get compliments. It doesn't have to be a cute chick that like a guy will go out their way. So if that's your woman, I know sometimes like I fucking lack on that shit, but it's like I do try to make her feel like she is like always the most beautiful woman in the room, or the woman that I know, or any woman that I would still come across to this day. So it's still just like even just like what Josh said. It's just like, God damn, I'm the biggest nigga in the world. God, like, it's just like certain things where it's like, you don't even have to get like that cute with it. You can be flat out blunt with it. Just
even if you just think it, like it goes through my head once or twice a day.
And if you not,
damn, I lucked out.
Somebody else gonna do it.
Yep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Doing it at the moment. You gotta feel like you're the luckiest nigga in the world, because it's always gonna be somebody that's trying. No matter what, whether she's cute or ugly. So it's like,
come on here. Or you preaching.
Listen, I'm feeling the romance vibes. Okay, I think it's because there are still a few weeks shy off of Valentine's Day. That's what the love is still in the room.
It's still in the room.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Good job, guys. Good job.
Nah,
your women should be proud of you.
But we fuck up, of course. We fuck up, of course. So it's just like it'll be small reminders like that, even with. So it's still, when Josh said, "I look back," because I'm like, did you hear that or not? Because I might use that later. So it's like,
not because I might eat.
It's
usage.
Just never take what you got for granted. Like, that's all.
That's so funny that you said that, because that actually segues right into the next topic: complimenting your significant other.
Yes.
How often? And I feel like Josh might do it the most with the example that he just gave. Like, even though Trent, you said it's minimal, but that minimal style, day to day, you know, on a daily basis, that's something that means something. So even when he does turn it up, it's gonna feel even more special.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask Mike his response real quick?
Yeah, I'll say like I'm not the paragon of this great male trait. In fact, I could probably take a lesson out of Josh's book. But I do think that all in all is incredibly important. It's something that you definitely gotta be conscious of, and not ever get too comfortable. Make sure you're always put in that time, put in that effort, because that's really where the romance lives, and you gotta really nourish that as a partnership. So, but I was gonna say one other male I guess classic stereotype that I think that we are transitioning away from in modern day is skincare.
Oh, my favorite. My fucking
we already move
favorite.
On?
Exfoliate, gentlemen.
Yes.
Exfoliate.
We did move on, but just to kind of rewind, gentlemen, there is nothing wrong with skincare. Yes, like Chuck said, please exfoliate, because that craterage, I'm calling it the crater face. That it's not cute.
We all saw how Pharrell turned out, and we still don't understand, like,
listen, him and his
what
day.
age of these like young men and women's blood.
Listen,
like, how is he? Like, are they kindergartners? Are they first graders?
Listen.
Like, how old are the body bags or the blood bags?
Wait. I'm going to deliver on what Mike just said. People been giving Pharrell the benefit of the doubt the last couple of years. I think it's been looking a little rough. If you see some close-ups lately,
yeah.
He's just starting to age.
The last 3 years, it was just
he just starting to age.
He was our guy. He was black don't crack unless you do it. He was our guy. We always said it for women.
Mm-hmm.
Pharrell was our guy.
But there's a lot of men in the industry who have wonderful skin.
In a couple pictures last 3 years, and I was like, God damn, they caught this thing on the off guard. Yeah.
You know what?
He ain't been looking too fresh lately.
There's a lot of guys who got nice skin though. I think Rick Ross has nice skin. I think Jeezy has. I think a lot of entertainers have nice skin.
Oh, for sure.
And to me, that's my thing too, because just like even Mike was just saying, like just the skincare in general, I think that just coming, even as men, we didn't know that much about it.
Mm-hmm.
But within the last couple of years, it was either like what was the P. Diddy thing? What was the acne thing?
A different Joe?
Nah. What was it? His infomercials, the one that was always on.
I know what you're talking about. I totally forgot the name.
It wasn't Different Joe?
Nah, it was the cornier.
I think he did Different Joe years ago.
Was it proactive?
Okay.
He did do Different Joe, but it was years ago.
Proactive.
So it was just more so of like when your skin is like at its point where you need repair. But it was never just like, no, nigga, throw some shea butter on. Nigga, throw some oil on. Yo, if you... once you wash your face like in the shower, throw some cold water on it to clog up to stop your pores from like opening. Just small things like that. Where it's just like now, I think a lot of like men are more just like in tune with it because again, not to just keep talking for myself, but just like I'm hyping like on my hair. So once you follow hair pages, they usually promote people with like skincare. So it's like
those together.
I can relate.
You got a body, so you got to keep that joint shining.
Yes.
And then that's why I fuck with the like heavy like not organic movement right now, but like self-care, like natural hair, natural care.
Me too. Yep.
Because it's just like, oh, you just have to use these things just to stay intact, and you don't have to do them every day. You can just like do it when you feel like. So it's, I think a lot of men like are getting to that point, but before we never had like anything to it. Like you would just see, and it's just like, how you do that, nigga? How you get to that? Or
right, like it's not a problem that men use natural soaps. Like
listen,
that's
like,
one of the most basic transitions that you can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think since my time in Syracuse, I paid a lot of attention to that. I mean, just in general, I think it was, I mean, for me, always working in the restaurant business, so you always have that food smell on you, but the all that stuff in the air, especially if you're in the kitchen. So anytime I
Greasy
got
as,
what's that?
greasy as shit.
Yeah, literally, like it just fit this nasty feel on your face, like so you want to go home and wash up.
Wash.
But the biggest thing that I got to give men props on, the biggest thing is that we're no longer worried about the best smelling stuff, the Axe, the Old Spice stuff, because that shit will dry your skin.
You gotta know what works for you.
It will dry you out crazy.
We
Go
know
ahead, Juice. Tell her.
We knew
What's that?
We
Well, yeah, but
that was the Jersey Shore D. That was like spray a bunch of X. That was used Old Spice. That was used.
But it was even before that. I mean, but the early 2000s, people were doing it because they were like, I just want to smell good, not knowing that stuff is gonna dry your skin out. You're gonna dry your face out. So you got to find solutions, and
that shit smell like it. You would get the first whiff after it came out the can, but just like some women too, like even with the Bath and Body Works, it's like
that's that cheap ass shit.
Hang it up. We gotta hang that up. I'm sorry. We got.
Girl, I wasn't a fan of Bath and Body Works even by the time I got to high school. Like I was over it.
15. You smell like eucalyptus. You smell like juniper breeze.
I don't like that super sweet shit. First of all, that super sweet smell, it draws bugs.
Don't let you be a smoker.
Yes.
So now instead of the 8 sprays you putting on, you was putting on 14. So it was just like, yo, it was just.
But yeah, what she said was 100% correct. When I smell those sweet fragrances, I'm like,
it draws bugs.
She on that.
To me, is how don't you have a headache? Because I got one.
Yeah, seriously.
And that's why I'm just so happy with like the times changing. Just because it's like you don't even have to do that much. Instead of buying the Bath and Body Works for the 9 body sprays for $40, just get one nice perfume. Get yourself one nice cologne if you're a dude.
Well, let me ask you this. Kind of getting back to the complimenting significant others. Do you guys, when you guys see something, do you guys purchase something for your significant other that you may feel like may look nice on her, or even if you or smell nice on her?
Right off the grip, because like for me, you could save it till Christmas, you could save it for Valentine's, you could save it for anniversary, or
you guys do just because gifts?
What's that?
Do you guys do just because gifts?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'll let Juice and Mike and Josh talk, and I'll chime in at that.
Listen, I think that's huge. That's well, first of all, let me just say I'm not a big fan of like materialistic things to show your love, but if you want to randomly do it,
I was just gonna ask, what do you guys' love languages too? That's so funny.
Yeah, by all means, that's awesome if you want to do that. If you want to, just from time to time, I'll randomly send my lady, just some random stuff, whether it's like candy, roses, chocolates when she's at work, and it's just because that's just who I am. I want her to go through her regular schedule on a weekly basis, but I want her to get those random surprises. I think that's important. She don't got to do that. She's done it to me as well, and I appreciate it. She's definitely like I don't think anything less if she doesn't do it. But at the end of the day, I just want to make sure I'm all about random extravaganzas, random things happening. So if that's a random good thing that I could do for my lady, then I'm all for it. I absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, okay, if you have the same bank account, it's hard to surprise your significant other with anything. So like, as much as I like to, say that I would be better about that,
alerts off, man, for a day.
Look, my wife is the type that every morning she starts her day by going through all the transactions across all our accounts, updating our stuff in the shared spreadsheet. Like, I swear I work on her team. And she's like the accounting and finance department. So like if something is amiss, like we know like right away. So, sometimes I'll do it just, for the sentimentality of wanting to give a gift to, surprise her. But most of the time that I get her anything is because I went to the grocery store, she wasn't there, and I got flowers because I had like cash or something. Like
That's what I'm about to say, Mike. Just take out like 200. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it on you.
But that be the thing though. It's like let's say I want to like buy her some lingerie. Like, how am I like she's gonna see a charge from
no.
whatever lingerie dealer,
out,
and
Mike.
if it's not there already, she's gonna be like, okay, so what's this charge for?
Mike. Just say, look, I took 200 out for some rainy day shit. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you don't have not one separate account? Like not even one?
You can buy some Amazon
Did
too.
you hear what she does in the morning, Christine?
Amazon?
I mean, I did, but I'm just saying.
Playing with Mike at all?
Yeah, Mike. Yeah,
No, I don't think she's playing at all. But I'm saying, like,
they got.
well, how about you surprise you and her with the new account?
Not lingerie on Amazon.
So you can,
go.
It-
There you go, Mike. She's gonna be saying, "Hey,
I'm hearing a lot of feedback. I'm hearing a lot of feedback simultaneously. So
they've been cutting me off. But I'm telling you, Mike, get some lingerie on Amazon. Just gonna come up Amazon Market.
That's it.
But my thing is like,
That's a good trick. Amazon got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Good job, Tree. Good job.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I have to check it out.
What about you, Josh?
So like I don't do it enough. I'm not gonna front. Like gift giving, not my strong point. She does it more for me than I do for her. Could be is a direct relation of the amount that she goes somewhere for shopping, because I tend to not. Like I'm just not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
So she'll do a lot more for me than I will for her. But there have been instances where it's just, hey, just thinking about you. Nothing big. Even if it's just something small, like getting her a Diet Coke or something like that, she's always happy.
Okay.
And
I like that.
Yeah,
Yes. You know what's funny? Interesting that recently my partner, I said out loud, I had a craving for something, and the very next day he came and bought it for me.
See, that's it.
I was like, oh, that was nice.
I love when I get those
ladies
hints.
say we don't
I
listen.
love when they're specific, they're actionable. I can come home the next day, but it's rarely that clear. It's always like,
Well, I'm so glad.
Let me just.
It's getting hot outside.
I look at it as like I look at you said it the same exact way that like Josh said it. So it'll just be like a small thing. Like I couldn't say the last time I just went to the store and like just bought something for myself. I couldn't say the last time like I went to like smaller, like even McDonald's, and just like came home with like a large fry and a 2 doubles with mac sauce, like without calling and asking what they want. But like with just like even what you were saying, it's like a smaller extent, like whether it's like, oh well, no, I want Ben and Jerry's, and I will get it tomorrow, or it's just like she got injured one time, so just like, oh well, let me get an ankle brace, let me get a heating pad. It's just like the smaller things. Like I just feel like, especially if you're in a relationship, if somebody like just mentioned something, because it's not always even like something like they want, and then they're like putting it out in the air. It could just be casual conversation. Oh, I like that. Oh, I well, that looks cool. I would like that. It's just a small things where it would just be like, say less. 3 days.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you gentlemen this. I want to get each of you guys' opinion from this, only because this time has gone by so quickly, and I want to make sure I get an answer from each of you guys. Removing sex, and it's perfect because all of you guys are in a relationship and or married. Removing sex, what is the greatest thing that your woman can do for you?
Ooh, can I answer first?
Please.
I answer. So on one of the previous shows, like I asked everybody who was like their favorite like stand-up comedians or whatever, and like or like their favorite like specials, whatever that they put out. And one of my like favorites is Patrice O'Neal. He like passed a few years ago, but he used to like be with like Kevin Hart and like a bunch of people or whatever. They always give him like kudos nowadays. But sometimes I play it for my girl, like when she's in a room just to hear it. But one of his jokes where it's just like he asked the ladies just in the crowd, so if tomorrow you woke up without a vagina, ladies, like what would you do? How would you like keep like things like up with your man? Like how would you still like stay relevant? Everybody, every woman was just like, oh, I would give him head, I would give him hand jobs, I would give him head a lie, but whatever. And then after everybody answered, it was just like, exactly. You just pointed yourself as being like all orifices and all holes.
Oh,
You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't say, "Oh well, babe, can I watch basketball with you? Can I learn with you? Can I play the game? Can we do all these other things?" It would just like all be sexual. But if it was just like if like sex wasn't included, it would just be like just get with her hobbies, get the things that she likes, or like you just get an understanding of like how can I like if she's watching a show, if it's Grey's Anatomy, instead of me just like, all right, babe, let me know when the show is over. Start watching it with her. Oh, who's this? Who is that? Oh, what's that part about? Oh, that's the person. Just like getting more in tune with her, getting more in tune like the things that she likes, getting more in tune with like just the smaller things that without sex that we can both like enjoy together. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Could you ask the question again?
Removing sex. What's the greatest thing your woman can do for you?
Oh, I said it in reverse. I'm sorry. I'll come.
I still got what you were saying though. Hopefully the audience caught it too, but I got it.
I picked up on it.
Damn, I thought it was a different. I thought I heard something else. I would say, just continuous communication. I think that's key. Continuous communication and just always having that same appreciation and love for me that she had if sex wasn't in the equation.
Got it.
But
It really isn't.
I also think it's different for Juice as well because they aren't in the same state.
That's a good point.
So his is like he's doing that as well. So it's not like he just roll over after an attitude. Like they both just like had an attitude with each other all day, and that would be like to cure it. Yeah. So it's like
if it was besides sex, I mean, I would have said she could have just sat on my face, but then there's no sex. You know,
but it's literally like you just said, like just the everyday stuff, just like knowing even that you're all apart, that it's still communication.
Even if we weren't in the same state, I'd still be that way.
Still.
Like,
still.
No, communication is key. It's huge. It's crucial.
Mm-hmm.
True.